Hello everyone, my name is Peas, and very shortly I'll be running Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD, a game that was remastered and released in 2019 for next-gen consoles. So I'm actually playing the PC version of this game, but I like to show off these two differences here. We go from using motion controls to analog. Oh my goodness, my cord's a little short. Analog controls. So, again, Banana Blitz was actually a launch title for the Nintendo Wii way back in 2006, and many people consider this game to be either one of the hardest Monkey Ball games, and at least casually, or actually, yeah, it's just one of the hardest. But the best thing about this game is that we get to play as Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, you may notice that these characters have stats, and obviously we're going to be doing this on the completed save file, and that's basically the way to get Sonic. So he's the fastest character in the game, with a really good jumping stat and a really good bouncing stat, and I'll explain more of that as we get into the run here. So we're going to start for Monkey Island 1 and go through Ultra Heaven 9 in 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty. So, Banana Blitz is the first Monkey Ball game of the franchise where there's a jumping mechanic. Basically, press the jump button, you do a jump, and again we use Sonic because he has the second best jumping stat in the game. Yan Yan has the best jumping stat in general, but we don't use her because this game relies more on the ground speed as opposed to the aerial movement. So World 1, there's not really much to talk about other than it's your tutorial for what's going to happen throughout the game. There's a very important skip that I will go for when we get to the 7th stage. There's also a really interesting gimmick that's only present in Banana Blitz and Banana Blitz HD, of course. Not the bonus stage. We don't play those. We're going to jump off the stage here. We don't. It doesn't count against us in terms of lives, but we just don't need bonus stages for the run. All right. So, that's unfortunate. So, what happened there was I got some random slope collision. There's different types of collision: slope collision, bridge collision, and of course stage collision. Basically, if I touch any part of the slope or a crack in the bridge, because of how well this game is programmed, I will probably lose all my speed or bounce all over the place. It's there's no real way to manipulate that. You just have to suffer because this game is determined. Actually, this game is non-deterministic. So this important skip here, we're gonna turn around. Nice. So that was a little bit of a slow adjustment there, but I wanted to make sure that I did not get any bridge collision, so I was able to execute that nicely. But yeah, as I was saying, this game is non-deterministic, meaning that whatever happens is pretty random. So, no pause strats, just pure movement and jumping. And of course some RNG, as you're going to be seeing very shortly as we come up to the next stage, which happens to be a boss in my marble rolling game? So for whatever reason, Sega thought it would be cool to throw bosses in a Monkey Ball game, and you're going to see shortly why that's not a good idea. It slows down the pace of the game, and unfortunately, most of these bosses have RNG tacked onto it. So this cycle is what I want to see, the bird blowing some wind. Do it again, please. Thank you. Now, unfortunately, the cooldown can be randomized. 3 for 3? Alright, come on. Alright, peck the ground. Come on, peck the ground. Peck the ground. No! I wanted reverse psychology to happen. I wanted the bird to blow wind, because typically what happens is that when I want the bird to blow wind, it pecks the ground. But when I want the bird to when the bird pecks the ground, it blows wind. So I tried a little reverse psychology there, but it didn't work out. You know what? It's okay. 92-91 is really good for this fight. So we're out of World 1, and we just move on straight to World 2. Now, because we're moving so fast, my commentary will also speed up a bit. After all, we are playing as Sonic, so we have to go fast, right? Alright. So Jumbo Jungle is where the game starts to cook a little bit, in terms of bouncing strats and overall execution. We just don't have to play the stage just like that. Now, one big difference that I did not mention at the beginning is that the boosting or moving in a goodness gracious, the collision, moving in a diagonal direction, like snaking, of course, to get the best possible speed, Banana Blitz is one of the Monkey Ball games where cardinal inputs are the strongest inputs, where the strongest input is holding up. Boosting or moving from side to side isn't really that effective. In fact, it makes you a little bit slower. So your best bet is to just hold up. So we're coming up to this pretty cool skip here. Don't have to play the stage. Whoa, okay. Unfortunate goalpost there. But yeah, so this stage can be a little bit bullish in terms of the collision that will happen on the bridge here. So we're just gonna hopefully not get any of that. That's some of it. Ooh, I was able to get the jump there. So basically, this game kind of updated the jump mechanic or the bounce mechanic actually, where you have a certain amount of frames left when you bounce to basically input another jump, and I'll be using that mechanic when we get to World 5. So, little spoiler there. All right, so 2A, this is a pretty cool skip, albeit difficult. So, oh, that's unfortunate. I did a neutral flick there just to ensure that I did not overshoot that, but we'll give it a couple of tries here. So bounce off of this donut here, bounce off of that. Oh, come on, game. Be nice to me. Like I said, this game is non-deterministic, so I have to hope and pray that I get the right collision. There we go. Oh. Okay, you know what? I'll take a 108. Oh, a 109. I'll take it. I'll be going for mostly everything. I am the world record holder of basically every main game category in this game, and funnily enough, a lot of the reasons why I stopped playing was because of this boss fight in particular. Very, very RNG reliant. And okay, we get a good first cycle. Well, this boss and two others are the reason why I just stopped playing the game completely, because of the fact that, you know, like bosses in a Monkey Ball game kind of slows down the pace of the experience. There is a category called All Worlds No Bosses, and there's only like maybe a couple of levels where it can be. Can you like move? Where it can be a pretty bit pretty bit difficult. Whoa. Okay. So the way that this boss works is that you don't want to get too close to him because of the fact that if I can hit this. Oh no. Move! Ah! Okay, this is gonna be a little bit slow, but do I have two of these? Yeah, okay, I have two of these. Nice. So the camera basically moves relative to the boss's position, so that's why you don't want to get too close to him. So we're gonna wait for him to get angry, and that's that. Nice. So surprisingly, I didn't lose that much time. Whenever I accidentally hit two of those missiles there, I was doing a cycle skip for the entirety. You don't want to hit the missiles one by one. That is a nerf that this boss kind of received. In the Wii version, you were able to hit basically get equal hits one by one, and the only difficult cycle was basically the flurry attack. But for whatever reason, they decided to nerf the boss fight a bit. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of a funny story here. So, the music that you're currently hearing, this world is the only one that did not get replaced in the actual version of Banana Blitz HD. Uh-oh. I tried to do a little bit of a cheeky setup there, but I did not get it. But, you know, it's fine. We don't have to go around the little slope there. So basically, Sega was having some issues porting over the music from... Wow, the game just doesn't want me to have good collision today. Sega was having issues porting over the music from the Wii version, so they decided to reuse previous Monkey Ball music. But of course, on the PC version, we don't have to worry about that. Now, of course, the Banana Blitz HD remixes are good. I personally like them, but I love the Banana Blitz soundtrack. Probably the best and most iconic soundtrack of the franchise, or at least one of the most iconic soundtracks in the franchise. And the only reason why Smooth Sherbert only remains in this game is because of its original composer, who produced this awesome track here. So 3-6, pretty cool skip if we can get good collision here. This looks slow. Okay, we got it. Nice. This should be a 49. Nice. Saves time compared to having to bounce off the little waves. So a lot of the strats that you see were taken from the Wii version, but because of the fact that we have analog controls, an actual dead zone for that matter, we're able to do pretty cool skips just like that. So, all right, 3-8, an early run killer, in my honest opinion. So we're gonna hit this part of the stage here, do a little safer setup here, which only loses 2 seconds from the IL record. And really, going for something that saves 2 seconds isn't really that necessary if it's difficult. Especially early on, because we have much more difficult strats to go for here. Alright, so this is the only boss in the game that got a pretty solid buff in terms of cycles. 2, 3. Nice. I was a little worried that I was not going to get the rhythmic cycle there, but yeah, I'm sorry that you all had to see that disgusting cutscene there. And there's nowhere way to skip the cutscenes in Banana Blitz, unfortunately. So we have to watch it. All right, so that's World 3. And if you thought the foolishness that happened in World 2, it's going to get worse. Alright, so World 4, if you were to play this game on the Switch version, or I believe the original model of the PS4 and Xbox One, this is where you would see some performance issues. Mainly Switch version because, weaker hardware. For some reason, shoutouts to the Unity engine, for some reason, the, I guess, the textures of the desert caused the game to drop frames a little bit. This is not the only world to... Oh my goodness. Can I make this? Yes. This is not the only world in the game where drop frames are experienced. And you might notice, of course on PC, the game will look a little weird. That's because on my end, I have VSync turned on. I'm playing on 144 hertz monitor, but the cycles I'm getting are 60 FPS, which is honestly good because I want to have fair like a fair experience to those who have to suffer load times and dropped frames and dropped inputs for that matter. So. Fun fact: there's actually not much to talk about in World 4. So this is one of the only games, I believe, the only game in the Monkey Ball speedrunning community where we use the in-game time on live split as opposed to RTA because of the fact that load times are not equal across consoles. You can play this game on Xbox Series X and PS5, but of course, console versus PC, the difference in load times. So you would think that running this game on the Switch would be faster because of the cartridge. No, Nintendo's hardware. So a lot of this run will be me criticizing basically the ports, because the difference between the original Monkey Ball games and the modern games. A lot of us enjoyed playing the original games a lot more than we played the modern ones, because the Monkey Ball franchise sort of just fell out of touch once this game released. Some people have played Touch and Roll on the DS, and some people have experienced Monkey Ball Adventure, but when you see Monkey Ball, you think of Deluxe or 1 and 2. And basically, Monkey Ball Deluxe is the port of 1 and 2 released on the original Xbox and PS2. So, but yeah, Banana Blitz is, funnily enough, the best-selling Monkey Ball game because of the fact that it released as a launch title on the Wii, which is, of course, Nintendo's best-selling console. So, it makes sense as to why this game was remastered. And this boss also received a major nerf in that you can't load in the stage quicker, and you can't perform 2 cycle skips. You have to... Whoa, not good enemy RNG. You have to rely on getting really good cycles here. You still finish at a relatively quick rate because Sonic is really fast on the ground. So yeah. Okay, cool. Whoa! Didn't think I'd get boosted there. So let's just hope and pray that I get a really good finish here. And nice. 97-98 is what I'm looking for, so Good stuff. Good stuff here. All right, so that is World 4, and this is where the game's going to become a bit more difficult. I have some pretty particular phrases that I will say in the run, like, this is where the run gets worse or it gets more difficult, and I'm not kidding. I have to remind you all that this game is not easy. by any way, shape, or form. Sonic just carries the run in particular. So, World 5... Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, so 5-1, not too bad. 5-2 is where you're going to see a big difference in running this game on the Wii and running this game with analog controls. So I usually am quiet when I talk about the skips. So we're going to take this first swing, hit this pendulum here, roll up a bit, jump off of here. Nice. So this was probably the skip that I practiced the most, and because Sonic is so fast and has a really good jumping stat, it's really easy to get that cycle skip. There is another way to set that up, but I find that really really difficult to time, and my setup is just so much easier in terms of getting a visual cue to run off that slope there. So I did say this game is non-deterministic, so going from a good 5-2 into 5-3, yeah. Getting around, okay, a 43, that's average. Like 44, 43 is average. A 42 is like below average, personally, but so yeah. So basically, hardest skip of the game, done. There's 2 more skips that we will go. Well, actually, 3 more skips that we will go for. Or actually, every rest of the stage has a skip. Like when you play this game at a really top level, there are some things that you call skips and other things that you just call regular strats. Like to me, this is just a regular strat. It is a skip, but it's a regular strat for me. But yeah, so now this one is sort of a skip. Usually, you're supposed to just go around these rings on the bridge. Okay. So what happened there was I jumped a little ways later from the stage, so I got some very awkward collision, and I just lost my momentum because of that. So that rarely happens, personally. So, all right. So this next one, so this skip unfortunately received a nerf. In that the skip is just much more difficult. Let's just put it that way. So wait until about 110. Do a couple of jumps here. And okay, yeah. So for whatever reason, there's not an invisible wall. So it makes performing the skip much more difficult, and you don't want to get any. You don't want to hit any part of collision. That time I just sort of undershot it. So we're gonna try to hit it again. I should hit it now. There we go. Now, we're going to take a safer route here because of the fact that if you even tried, it is possible to skip to basically skip that part of the stage, but it's for me personally, you run into the possibility of hitting that slope. Well, I guess that little edge of the stage, and you just lose all your speed. So you only save like 2 to 3 seconds, but it's not really that much worth it when you have to account for boss RNG and other execution as well. So all right, so I'm kind of happy that I hit that 5-second time save. Numerous times when I've come back to running this game, I miss it, and it's just like, well, that's unfortunate. So Alright, so we're coming up to the World 5 boss, which happens to be my least favorite boss of the entire game, and as I say that, I will get owned by it. Okay, that's okay, I guess. So, again, this boss received a nerf, so I can actually show this off. So, I'm gonna get close to the boss, right? The camera turns around. So, it'll be really hard to tell where it comes out. In the Wii version of the what? Why'd you come over from behind me? That is crazy. But anyway, in the Wii version of this game, you were able to see where Taco, the octopus, was coming out, and You know, it's just easier to get the cycle skips, and it's easier to save it. But I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine as to why they changed this boss fight. So nice. All right, so we're moving on. We're basically halfway done with this game. A few silly mistakes here and there, but we're still trucking on through. All right. So World 6 is possibly one of the hardest in terms of a difficulty curve. At least for the speed run, it's significantly more difficult compared to the next world, in my honest opinion. So a couple of these stages are going to be long, henceforth the 2-minute timer. There are a couple of stages where there's a 30-second timer, but because of the linearity of some of these stages, you know, it makes sense to change the timer to be around 2 minutes as opposed to 60 seconds. I jumped a little. That felt a little too early, but we take those. All right, so this strat right here, doing this with nerves, pretty difficult. So let's check this out. Nice. One more here. Ooh, sick. All right. A 106 is what you really want on this stage. It's really fast. 105 is basically, you know, really good movement, but taking a little bit of a safety. Oh my goodness, a little bit of a safety adjustment there. And shout out to the Unity engine again because of that collision. So this is a pretty slow 3-4. Sorry, a 6-4. But it is what it is. We move on. All right, so the next half of World 6, pretty much a gauntlet of difficult strat. Oh, am I gonna make this? Of course we can, because we're Sonic. We go fast. Nice. I lost like 1 second. No big deal. Alrighty. So this stage here, okay, cool. There's a chance that I completely undershoot the first mushroom there and just fall out, or I just have to back it up. Now, 6-7, like the best stage of the entire game. It's an auto scroller. You take one death and you lose like 30 seconds basically. And by that I don't like the stage at all. But anyway, that's a good time to talk about this game's Fallout planes. For the most part, they're relatively similar, with a few exceptions like bonus stages or whatever. But falling out in this game is a lot more punishing than falling out in the original Monkey Ball games, because of the fact that you have to load in the stage of game, watch out the fallout animation, and the game doesn't, you know, quickly load in the stage for you. So I'm gonna slow down in a couple of, like right here. Do I get it? This looks good. Nice. This is one of the harder setups. Yeah, one of the harder setups for the skip. Hard skip for that matter, because of the fact that if you miss that ending cycle there, you lose 5 seconds. So Deep Burner Diva, I don't like this boss at all. One of the big reasons why I stopped playing this game. Oh, we got 2 hits. Nice. All right, one more hit. You can do that. That is kind of what I wanted to go for, and I'm actually glad that I got the extra hits there. So, as cursed of a boss fight as she is, that can happen. So I guess you could say that it's a buff. Still a ghastly boss fight. So we move on. All right. So World 7, this game, well, it really shows the level design archetype that the modern Monkey Ball games follow. Basically, very linear levels. You basically, I mean, you go from point A to point B, but you have to overcome weird gimmicks to go from point A to point B. So in the Wii version of this game, fun fact, I mean, wires still exist, but they're in the form of railings because, you know, wires are pretty difficult to control with, like, you know, with motion. So the wires were changed into railing. Oh, I'm sorry, the railings were changed into wires, like little gutter railings, if that makes sense. All right, so these next two stages, we don't have to play them. Oh no, a linear stage. Whatever shall I do? Jump down here. Jump to cancel momentum. I should hit this. Nice. There's a nice visual cue to line up the ball with one of the little fangs coming off of the stage there. So it's pretty consistent. Quite a few times I've been on like record pace runs and I've bonked the fangs. So so this is one of the stages where playing on 60 FPS, playing on anything higher than 60 FPS will actually get you a faster IGT. But again, the reason why I run this on 60 FPS is to make the cycles fair with the consoles, because you kind of can't change the refresh rate. Even though you can actually, even if like the Series X and S can play 120 hertz, the game is still ran at 60 FPS. So yeah, see what I mean by these stages being so like super linear. It's been a general complaint for the modern Monkey Ball level design. So keep in mind that this game, well, the Wii version released in 2006. That was like the third Monkey Ball game to be released in like 2006. Touch and Roll released for DS in like February. Then in August, Adventure released for the GameCube, PS2, and PSP. And then November was when the Wii launched, and then Banana Blitz released alongside that. So, needless to say, though, 2006 was not a good year for Sega. For both Sonic and Monkey Ball, obviously. So, all right. So 7-A is, yeah, linear. How many times have I said linear? But a 20 is really good. It's average, but really good, if that makes sense. All right, so we're coming up to the most RNG boss of the entire run, Yoko. This little demon has ruined my mood and good runs. And okay, we can get the backup at least. Or can I get the? Okay, you know what? That was intentional. That was totally intentional. I wanted to retry that first hit. What? Game? Okay. You know what? You know what? No, I don't want that first hit. I want to do this boss the real way. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay. You know what? You know what? Do I get the? Okay, cool. At least we get that. So you can get that first hit, but for whatever reason, I just did not execute that well. But you know what? It's fine. Let's go for a 5-hit cycle here. All right, there we go. That's what I wanted. So at least we got it that time. There we go. All right, so give me Bulldozer. No, that was a 6-hit. So that's actually rare that she will spawn in that form. But oh, come on, come here, Yoko. There we go. Yeah. So I believe it's actually really difficult to get that first hit in the Wii version because she like lifts her arm where you're supposed to, you know, jump up and hit her, and it just makes it much more difficult. So I don't know. Yoko can leave a bad taste in my mouth, you know, once I'm past it, you know, trying to do it like a full run. So it is what it is. One of those moments. All right, so we move on to World 8. My favorite world of the entire run because of the music and the strats that I go for. So, what? Oh my goodness, this game is pulling everything against me right now. Ooh wee. All right, let's see if we can hit this free. skip here. So the timer got a nerf. It used to be a 90-second stage. For another reason, they added bumpers and became a 60-second stage. But check this out. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's wow. In practice, I actually got it first try. Oh, actually, first try. Can I get it? Nice. There we go. So that doesn't lose that much time, compared to having to like either do the backup or basically just getting a 44 by. Honestly, it's actually kind of weird to describe how to do that stage the half skip way or the non skip way, to say the least. So, but yeah. This is one of those, this is one of those like times where, you know, you hit 8-4 first try, then you play the bonus stage, then you go directly to a wire stage, and then, you know, wires with nerves, not a good combination. So, I like to call this stage the Knuckles Chaotix because the fact that a lot of the level design in Knuckles Chaotix is basically climbing up the, climbing up the map, basically. So... Alright, so this stage is an example of do not fall off, which happened. Well, because I was going to talk about this. There is a second cycle to this, and... Okay, yeah, so I basically did the exact same setup. I could have gotten hit by the meteor thing there, so... if you like retry the stage after you complete it, or if you fall off there, you get a completely different cycle there. So I'm so glad the commentator's curse actually hit. So, all right. So that was a bit of a curse World 8, but so we're coming up to the final boss of the run, but we have 2 more worlds after this. So this is the final boss of the main story. So. Basically, this is the dude who stole all those golden bananas that I was collecting, and we have to hit the pirate's treasure, which happens to be his booty. And unfortunately, this boss received a pretty unfortunate nerf, where if you play the boss as baby, you could go directly under Captain Krabbenshin and just hit the weak spot for free. But that's not the case. You actually have to hit the booty. And so the first 4 hits are not RNG. The last few hits are. So we have to hope that he does not do that because it's slow. Okay. I mean, it's safer, but it's slow. All right. And come on. Okay, that's fine. At least we don't get flung off the stage or basically clipped through. All right, cool. Alright, so that is World 8, and speaking of cursed, keep in mind that I played the game as Sonic, right? You know, I basically collected all the bananas, or all the golden bananas, you know, yeah. Sonic did everything, yada yada yada. Where did I come from? Where did he come from? He didn't do that work. But anyway, so we have Worlds 9 and 10. Basically, we have just about 5 to 6 minutes left of the run here. So, funnily enough, with a lot of the long deaths that I've been taking, like literally this game goes by quickly. So. One thing I forgot to mention is that the music in Banana Blitz are remixes of the levels in Monkey Ball Touch and Roll. I thought I was gonna undershoot that. So, so I really, of course, just like no real time to just go through and list every single. Oh, that's fast time. Like list every single remix, but I will say that Meteorite Mayhem, an absolute banger. Or actually, Sing and Swap is based on Meteorite Mayhem, so, for Touch and Roll. I get goosebumps every time I hear, like, this whole soundtrack, because it's so good. Alright, we did not get any bad collision. Oh, come on. Nice, we saved it. I was gonna say, we did not get any bad collision, but 9-5 is a mentality / run killer for me, personally, because I get on a really good run, and then I'm like, okay, if I get bad collision on 9-5, it's over. So, there's one thing to talk about too is that Super Monkey Ball speedruns teach you so many things about speedrunning that you don't even realize. Mentality, practice, really just those two things. And of course, and creativity as well. There are a plethora of Monkey Ball games that you can speedrun, albeit some of it being ROM hacks. And the accessibility of SMB 1 and 2 can be pretty difficult. Like, if you have a Wii left over or a copy left over, you can run the game, you know, however you seem fit. Oh, come on, game, really? That was not my fault. That's so unfortunate. That has happened on good runs as well. So, what was I saying? You can get this game and Banana Mania on Steam, and of course, the next-gen stores. So, I believe, yeah, this game and Banana Mania are the only two modern Monkey Ball games that are relatively available. So, you also may notice that there's no boss fight. There's like a 9th extra stage, which isn't really a boss fight, to say the least. It's just an extra stage. After all, these are the extra worlds. So we have Ultra Heaven, and I did not talk about this at all. I wanted to save it until like we got here. This is possibly the hardest world of any Monkey Ball game. Not even like the master stages of Monkey Ball 1. I mean, this could be considered the master difficulty of Banana Blitz. So, the first 4 stages, it's kind of a culmination of, you know, what you've been playing through, right? But like 10-3 is pretty hard. But like 10-1, 2, and 4, like, what are these? So we just have to make sure that we don't get any funky collision on the cylinders here. Jump up, miss that boost panel, and hit the goal just like that. So we're coming up to possibly the the second most infamous stage of the Monkey Ball franchise. We all know Exam C or Expert 7 in Monkey Ball 1. We have this stage. Okay, that looks good. Oh, can we save it? Okay, nice. Good adjustment here. Nice. So, fun fact. That little platform there before the boost panels, Sega did not put any collision at all. They didn't. So you basically fell through the stage. But that bug was fixed in the European release of Banana Blitz, and of course in Banana Blitz HD. So it makes running Banana Blitz much more accessible compared to the original version, which is why the games are split. So, all right. So we have a few more stages to go. Let's go for a pretty cool strat. Bounce off of this. Nice. So there is a full skip to this, but it's not RTA viable. That skip alone is one of the harder ones that I ported over from the Wii version. I've not seen anyone else hit that in an RTA run. So, all right. So we are coming up on time when I cross the goal on Ultra Heaven 9. So, but yeah. Quick shout outs. Thank you so much to SEGATHON for allowing myself and other. Oh my god. That's a gamer moment. Failing the last stages of giving shout outs. That's so funny. But anyways, shout outs to SEGATHON for allowing awesome Monkey Ball runners, including myself, to basically be able to showcase basically our love for this franchise. All right, let's just not have a moment here and time. Fun fact, that's not the first time that I choked Ultra Heaven 9 in a marathon run. That's not the first time. But anyway, if you enjoyed what you saw here, honestly, even the Monkey Ball block, follow Helix, Glock, Ike, and of course myself. Our Twitch handles are usually the same for that matter. Except Helix is 13 underscore, Glock is Glock in my Toyota, and Ike is Ike SMB, and mine is peassmb. So, yeah. I run other games. The other Sega game that I run, of course, is Puyo Puyo. But every now and then you'll catch me playing those games, and overall, I'm a huge Sonic fan. So, what others? Oh, of course, shout outs to the Monkey Ball community and my community and other communities as well for coming out and supporting these runs in general. So, if you do want to play some Super Monkey Ball, I recommend purchasing Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, which basically is a remaster of Super Monkey Ball 1, 2, and Deluxe. So you can also get this game. Like, I mean, I'm like shameless plug, of course, but if you want to experience the originals and don't have, you know, like access to a Wii or a GameCube, definitely look into getting Banana Mania, because you'll be able to experience the original stages that way. So, any more shout outs? Honestly, no. I think I'm actually, no, I take that back. Support the rest of the SEGATHON. Yeah, that's it. Take